We are going to our first full moon dinghy trip with everybody from the harbor at 8:30.
Testable for some of y'all. Good news is it speeds us up so we can get to our anchorage faster. So yeah, it could do for a little bit more cleaning.
We are going to our first full moon dinghy trip with everybody from the harbor. We are on our way to meet up and we're excited. We are prepped, pre-game.
Don't forget to support your troops.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see how fun this is. I see a little group of people there already. Beautiful sunset. More people.
Oh yeah. There's all these people, dinghies coming in.
Is this where everybody's supposed to meet? Hi! Is this where we're gonna raft? I guess we should pick our spot. Hang on. Say hi! We're kidding you, Drift!
And it's easier for me to just pull the boat out, get
Oh my god, I'm gonna fall.
and do it myself most of the time.
It takes skills, no hands. Look, Ma, no hands. 21. So we are doing a dinghy drift, followed by B3. What's her name?
Captain Ron.
Captain Ron boat.
Mady Noel.
Maddie Noel will be hosting Captain Ron viewing after at 8:30.
Testable for some of y'all.
Okay, so I can't believe you never watched Captain Run. We're about to cut you off. Okay, so I think it would be fun as we drift to go around and just kind of say your vessel name and your name so we can put a name with the face. So I guess I'll get started. We are Patrick and Maddie and we're in Not Vanilla. And we are getting ready to leave Saturday, so I'm seeing this as my goodbye or see you soon, at least till fall.
See your bon voyage party.
My bon voyage party, yeah.
So this is how we drift through the mooring field. Okay, so this. So we managed not to hit our boat. So his dinghy's flat. So his dinghy's flat, so we're gonna pick him up at their boat.
Hop over, hop over.
Hurry up, come on. Got some pretty good waves today. Ain't no joke. This is for good sailing, but with the wind comes the waves. So you're just gonna kind of, it's a give and take. It was either that or motor the entire way because we were not gonna be able to have any wind at all, like 3 knots. So we're getting bobbed around pretty good. Not so much of a fun day. These swells that were supposed to die down still haven't died down. At least they're a little further apart though, so it's not quite as uncomfortable as it was earlier. But as you can see, we're still getting bobbed around pretty good. Maddie's tummy's hurting her. Don't blame her. A lot of people get that. Even I've gotten it. Usually get it on the first or second day of passage. So it's after you've been sitting down for a while and not really moving around that much. When you start getting out here in the seas and you start bobbing around, it can be a little inconvenient on your body. So now we got about 3 hours to go, maybe 2.5 before we hit our mark for the day. And it's gonna be nice. I'm hoping these seas settle down for tomorrow, and when we get to Rodriguez Key, it'll be a little bit calmer than this. Because this is the not fun part of it. But it's either this or absolutely no wind. And then it just gets so freaking hot and it takes so freaking long to get anywhere. So, and you can't sail. So, yeah, we're just knocking it out, doing what we gotta do, and we'll be there soon enough. Gonna really sleep good tonight. My core workout for the day, that's for damn sure. My calves are gonna be killing me tonight, that's for sure. We're just, on days like today, we're just quiet. There's not a lot of talking or hanging out or music being played or anything like that. We're just trying to get to our anchorage safely. We're gonna be in Rodriguez Key tonight. So we'll be hanging out there for the next day or two. And it's supposed to be a lot calmer. The winds are supposed to be almost half, if not a third, of what they are today. And the swells are supposed to be also about a third of what they are today. So it's going to be really nice to get there. The only thing that makes me feel kind of not so bad is I'm watching some of these sport fishers out here doing their charters for the day, and they're just bobbing around like they're in a washing machine. So I know if they're having a hard time powering through it, I know it's not something that we did wrong or we're doing wrong. So we're able to stay on course. There'll be a bit of cleanup once we get there because a lot of stuff fell off the shelves that normally would never fall off the shelf. But it's the up and then the slam sideways that are getting us. So hopefully we'll get there at a decent time. We don't have much further to go, and we'll be able to kind of just finally relax for a little bit and then take a couple days off, because after this you need a couple days off. Oh, and our filaments broke on that new backstay that I put up, and I don't know if there was because they were just sun damaged and they were weak, but I needed to align them just a little bit better, so maybe that extra added stress on them. Good news is the only thing those filaments hold into place is the sail when it drops. Instead of having a Mac pack or a sail pack, it just makes it so it's kind of messy when it comes down, but I have straps to keep that all nice and tucked away and kind of tidy. And then the sail cover will go over it and you'll never know the difference. However, if it stays calm over the next day or two, I may go back up there and put in new filament lines and readjust it. We'll see. But if it's like this, yeah, ain't no way in heck I'm going up there. So I'm just maintaining course, and we're gonna get there at a decent time today so we can chill and relax and unwind, so that we don't show up and then have to try to make dinner and then all of a sudden then start relaxing. So we'll have some time to relax. The only plus side right now is that the swells have switched a little bit, so now they're not hitting us directly on the beam. They're coming a little bit more from the stern a little bit, which makes it a little uncomfortable with following seas, as you can see. The good news is it speeds us up so we can get to our anchorage faster. We haven't really gotten less than 6 knots in the past hour. It's going to get us there an hour earlier, but it's a workout. So with following seas under sail at about 7.2 knots, this takes a lot of work because the swells are hitting us from the rear and keep wanting to twist us around. So you're constantly having to like correct, and it's not easy. So you have to hold yourself, and then it's like all of a sudden it'll just be like nothing. and you don't even have to touch the wheel. And then you got to grab it again. So it's like, it's a workout. That's why we like to pick these short days, because on days like today, I'm so glad if we would have had 9 hours of this straight instead of breaking it into 2 different days and let it go. But we're almost there. We only got about 35 minutes left. I can already see the island right there. So it won't be much longer. And then we can take a nice break. This is the downside to being in the swells. I can normally go easy 15 knots, but only in relatively flat water. When it swells get kind of like this, I'll show you what happens. That's what they call cavitation. So that's when the swells are just big enough to get air down by the prop. So what happens is that the prop just gets air around it, and you're not moving. It's not, just like that. And I'm not even at a third throttle, and I just can't. All right, made it to the dock over here at the Key Largo Marina. It's one of the only places where you can really tie up, so it is what it is, and this is where I'm at. So place to tuck in here, park the child, got them all tied up in this narrow little channel here, and yeah, time to walk the Publix. Should only be about like half a mile, so kind of used to that. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. All right, so thank you to the Key Largo Marina over here. They allowed me to pull up. I was able to tie up my dinghy, and then get a few provisions and stuff like that, just some little miscellaneous stuff. And this channel, as you can see, it's pretty narrow. There's a boat coming in. There's not much room here. You just go slow and easy, you take your time. Everybody's happy about that, and nobody gets hurt. So I'm gonna be headed back out. Hopefully the seas have died down a little bit and I won't be cavitating every 3 seconds and can actually get back to the boat at a decent speed. So we'll see how that goes.
What are you doing?
Well, while we were coming in, actually the whole way here really to Rodriguez, we noticed that we were getting a lot slower speed than what we should. Normally when we're like, I don't know, half throttle, which is about 14 to 1500 RPMs, we're usually clicking along at like 4.5 knots. But something happened on the way here, and then all of a sudden we didn't hit a crab pot or anything like that. And I noticed that even coming in here at like 3/4 throttle, we're doing like barely over 3 knots. So I know I cleaned the prop when I cleaned the bottom before we left, and I think I found out what the problem is. So here, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Seaweed got wrapped around it. Oh. From all those farms we were, seaweed farms we were going in. And it's pretty creepy because I'll have to show you. It's just, like, it's scary how close we are to the bottom. It could do for a little bit more cleaning, and now that the water's a lot clearer, I can actually see what I need to clean. And yeah, I'm gonna take all that seaweed off. So I'll give you back to that lovely Madeline. And I'm gonna get to work.
Ciao.
thing that's really cool is you see all the little fish when you just kind of brush them. I'm just going to brush the rudder off and stuff. It's the only part that just started getting a little buildup for some reason, whatever. And it's just really light, so I'm just going to brush it now. But it's funny because you can see all the fish, how they gotta go crazy for all the little creepy crawly shrimpies. Now this is what I'm more used to. So I can actually get across somewhere at a decent speed. Look at that beautiful sunrise. Wow. That should mean that today will be a pretty good day sailing. The water's kind of calm and it's just a nice breeze. So let's hope.